Good afternoon, everyone, and my name is David Ray. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Corangamite Shire Council. Councillors-elect, ladies and gentlemen, members of the gallery and those viewing online, I welcome you to this meeting this afternoon. This is the first meeting of the 2024-2028 newly elected council, and it's my privilege and duty as Chief Executive Officer to preside over the proceedings of this meeting this evening. Congratulations to all councillors-elect on being elected and declared successful candidates last Thursday for the 2024 Corangamite Shire Council election. It is a great reflection, and your re-election, more importantly, is a testament to the trust and confidence your community has in you. You bring forward your experience and ideas to a council chamber, and your collective efforts, I'm sure, will go a long way to your success in this council term. Before proceeding with the agenda, I also would like to introduce the councillors-elect, and to my left, to the gallery's right, and on screen, Councillor-elect Nicholas Cole, Councillor-elect Laurie Hickey, Councillor-elect Geraldine Canady, and to my right, Councillor-elect, and I've forgotten Councillor Beard, Joe Beard, my apologies. Councillor-elect Joe Beard, too far down the table, Councillor Beard. To my right, Councillor Macon, and Councillor Pastrain, and then Councillor Vogels. I'll also introduce officers in the room as well. The far left is Justine Lindley, Director of Sustainable Development, Mr. Sean Braunbett, Director of Works and Services, and on the right, extreme right, is Mr. David Harrington, Director of Corporate and Community Services. Councillors, there are 4 items of business this evening, and those 4 items are to firstly determine, take the oaths or affirmations of office. Having done so, we'll then have a recommendation to receive them in the minutes of council. We'll then proceed to determine the term of mayoral office, either 1 year or 2 years. We'll then proceed to elect a mayor, and if so decide, council may choose to elect a deputy mayor as well. And so we begin the meeting, council, by the opening prayer and acknowledgement of country. Councillors, we ask for guidance and blessing on this council. May the true needs and well-being of our communities be our concern. Help us who serve as leaders to remember all our decisions are made in the best interests of the people, culture and environment of the Corangamite Shire. Amen. The acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the traditional custodians on the lands around Corangamite Shire, the Eastern Maar and the Wadawurrung people. We pay our respects to all Aboriginal elders and peoples past, present and emerging. There are no apologies for this evening's meeting, so we will proceed with the oaths and affirmations of office. Councillors, in accordance with the Local Government Act, being duly elected, you're required to take an oath or affirmation of office, as the case may be, before me. That oath or affirmation of office is in accordance with the requirements of the Local Government Act. And you are then entrusted to take that oath in terms of your commitment to the mandatory code of conduct, which is included in your agenda. The code of conduct is important undertaking that you all commit to. It, sets the standards of behaviour, how you will both interact with each other, but also in the office that you hold, and it's by no means feat an undertaking that should not be taken in a serious manner. The code has been provided to all councillors-elect and the guidance material as well. And so the process, councillors, I'll proceed to the front and I'll call each councillor-elect by ward. I'll invite the councillor to make their way, take the oath or affirmation before me, sign it and then witness it. So having gone through that with all 7 council-elects, we'll then ask for a recommendation to receive those oaths and affirmations into the minutes for this meeting. So thank you. I call up the front Councillor-elect Jamie Vogels for the Corangamite Ward.
Okay. I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the municipal community. I will abide by the model council code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model council code of conduct. I will faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Councillor. You can sign there and date before me. Congratulations, Councillor.
Thank you.
Would you like to say a few words?
Not a hell of a lot. Just quickly, it's good to be back for another 4 years. I think we've got 4 years behind myself now, and some bit more knowledge on where we're going, and hopefully the next 4 years we've got a lot of stuff we need to achieve, and yeah, more than happy to put my hand up to make an attempt to do a lot more good for the community over the next 4 years.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will now call up Councillor-elect Ruth Strain for the OTAP.
I solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the municipal community. I will abide by the model councillor code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model councillor code of conduct. I will faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I said the other day to the other councillors that have been returned, we're very fortunate to all have been returned. We don't have too much of the induction program, but more of the mandatory training that we'll go through. We've got lots of work to do, so it'll be great to be part of a very cohesive and respected team. So thanks everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'll call out Councillor-elect Catherine Macon for the
That's very official. I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the municipal community. I'll abide by the model council code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model council code of conduct. I'll faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise the functions, powers, authorities and discretions invested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Councillor.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone, to the community who had their faith in me to go for another 4 years. Like Councillor Vogel said, it's been a nice learning curve for us four, and hopefully this year, this next 4 years, we can steam ahead and really do some real small good for the community. But look forward to working with all other 6 councillors, and we'll see what we can do in the next 4 years. So thank you very much.
I'll call up Councillor-elect Geraldine Canady, representing the Lake Corangamite Ward.
I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor
in the best interest of the municipal community. I will abide by the model councillor code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model councillor code of conduct. I will faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Invite the Sophie there.
Thank you. So really pleased to have the opportunity to represent the Great State Corangamite Ward and for the Corangamite Shire community. It's a real privilege to do this, and also I'm really looking forward to working with our returned councillors. You're a great team, and I feel like that we will be able to do a lot of good for the Corangamite Shire going forward, and I'm very happy to be able to be part of that.
Thank you. Call forward Council-elect Laurie Hickey to the Mount Rural.
I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of the municipal community. I will abide by the council code of conduct and uphold the standards of the code of conduct set in the model council code of conduct. I will faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise powers, functions, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Councillor Hickey.
Yes, look, thank you very much. It's a very proud moment for my family and my friends to be returned to this marvellous council. We've got a lot of work to be done. There's quite a few projects that are on the board that I'm really looking forward to getting into. And so I'm hoping that the next 4 years can be as good as the previous 4 years. So thank you very much and look forward to this year.
Council-elect Nicholas Cole for the analysis.
I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the community. I will abide by the model councillor code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model councillor code of conduct. I will faithfully and impartially carry out and exercise the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act of 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Councillor Cole. Would you like to take your
Well, most of it's already been said by everyone. I'm sure we all have something different to say. It's a great honour. It's something I don't take lightly, and I hope I can help the community of the North Ward and everyone else the best ways of leaving the council rolling along.
Fantastic. Thank you. And last but not least, Council of Tandra Ward.
Thank you. I swear by Almighty God that I will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the municipal community. I will abide by the model councillor code of conduct and uphold the standards of conduct set out in the model councillor code of conduct.
I will faithfully and impartially carry out the exercise of functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in me under the Local Government Act 2020 and any other act to the best of my skill and judgment.
Councillor Beard.
Well, first and foremost, I'm actually going to say shout out to my parents and my family who are told us why they're coming tonight. Because usually it's not a lot of fuss, and now I feel like an unloved daughter who has out on their own. So thank you everyone else for turning up for your loved ones. I think everyone knows how much I always say it's such a privilege to do what we do. We don't always get it right, but gee, we try our hardest because we're trying to keep everybody happy. And we do, we take it all on board. When we take this oath, it means so much to us that we are committing to doing the best we possibly can. And it is it's a major milestone to get to this point, and we don't ever underestimate what that means to be elected. So thank you to everyone for having, I guess, the faith in our ability more than anything, and for backing us to come back and do this again, which we're always fortunate to be in these positions to help create change and to not only make our own communities amazing, but the whole of Corangamite Shire and the region. So we're in it for each other. We've got a great team. We do work really well together, and really looking forward to the next 4 years, like our council have just noted as well. So thank you.
Thank you, councillors, and congratulations once again on your re-election to Corangamite Shire Council. Myself and my executive and the organisation are looking forward to working with you again over this next 4 years. So, councillors, there's a recommendation before you to receive into the minutes the oaths and affirmations of now Councillor Beard, Cole, Hickey, Canady, Macon, Australian and Vogels. Can I have someone move that recommendation, please? Councillor Vogels. Second, Councillor Macon. Is there anyone that Councillor Vogels, you wish to speak?
Oh, I don't need to speak about that.
Councillor Macon?
No, I think we've all said it all. Thank you very much.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried. The two items before you, an item before you before we proceed to elect the position of mayor is to determine the term of office for the mayor. As indicated earlier in the meeting, that term may be for a period of either 1 or 2 years, and the term expires within approximately 12 months of today. If the term is for a 1 year period, it'll be the 25th of November 25. If it's for a 2 year period, it'll be for the 24th of November 2026. Councillors, a recommendation before you to determine the length of mayoral term being 1 or 2 years. And the councillor who may wish to move that motion, if I can give you an indication of that mayoral term of office, please. And the similar and that same term, sorry, Councillor Beard, will then apply to the term for the deputy mayor if so elected as well. Councillor Beard.
I'm happy to move that one, Mr. CEO. Thanks. And it will be for 1 year. 1 year. Mm-hmm. Yep. And date as stated, previously stated.
Thank you. Can I have a second to that motion? Councillor Australian. Councillor Beard, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Well, only that it's I guess it's been a bit of a normality for us to have in the past a 1 year term. I think it's quite appreciated by the council, and it has always worked well for us in the past. So yeah, I'm happy to move it for that 1 year period. Thank you.
Councillor Australian.
No, nothing further, Mr. CEO.
Any other councillors wish to speak to or against the motion?
Thank you.
No. Okay, I'll put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? That is carried. That being the case, the term of office for the mayor will be 1 year expiring 25th of November 2026. We move on to the election of the mayor. The Local Government Act requires council to elect as mayor one of the councillors, and the meeting must be open to the public. It must be by absolute majority of councillors present, and it must be through the show of hands. And the election must be before me as the Chief Executive Officer. The election shall be held in accordance with the council's governance rules and also the Local Government Act. And the report before you outlines the process for the election of the mayor. And it's not my intention to recite that process this evening before you, councillors, other than the following. If a candidate nominates themselves, a nomination must be seconded. If nominated by another councillor, the councillor must be provided with an opportunity to either accept or reject that nomination. And each nominee will have the opportunity to speak to their nomination for a period of 5 minutes prior to a vote. Before we proceed with calling of nominations, do any questions on the process, councillors? Okay, thank you. So I now call for nominations for the position of mayor for Corangamite Shire Council for a period of 1 year. Councillor Constraint.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Canady.
Councillor Canade, do you accept the nomination?
I do, Mr. CEO. Thank you.
Any other nominations for the position of Councillor Hickey?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Macon.
Do you accept the nomination, Councillor Megan?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Are there any other nominations for the position of mayor this evening? No. Okay. The council, we have 2 nominations. I'll invite firstly Councillor Canady to speak to her nomination. Councillor Canady, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. I'm sure I'm not going to take 5 minutes. Councillors, I do believe I possess the capabilities to carry out the role of mayor. I have had at least 1 term and a little more experience on council, and believe I've learned a great deal over that period of time. I think too that I would provide very competent representation, and that would be grounded in integrity. I understand the purpose and the responsibilities of the role of mayor very well. They've always been explained very clearly to us over the previous term. But more than that, I recognise the great importance of good governance, of sound representation, relationships especially, engagement with community, but also with the councillor team as well. Preparation, to know what you're representing, to know your background knowledge, to seek further knowledge if it's needed. I think that's a very important matter. Preparation and advocacy. We know that is a very, very important component for council, but also as a mayor in representing council and representing the community. When we're speaking to ministers, members of the community, all sorts of bodies, in the course of carrying out our work. And I believe that I certainly have the capabilities of carrying out that role. And I will make an effort. I know it's a very, very busy role, carries a lot of weight, if you like, and responsibility, a lot of time, commitment. I know I can do that, and I know that I can lead an effective council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Canady, and I invite Councillor Megan to speak to her nomination.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Fellow councillors, I stand before you today. I'm both honoured and inspired by the work we've accomplished together in the past 12 months. Serving as mayor has been a privilege and a responsibility I've carried with the utmost dedication, driven by deep commitment to our community, our council, and the future of Corangamite Shire. Reflecting on this year, I'm extremely proud of what we've achieved as a team. We have faced challenges head on, navigated complex issues, and most importantly, have delivered outcomes that genuinely enhance the lives of in our Shire. From advancing infrastructure projects and ensuring fiscal responsibility to nurturing local businesses and supporting our most vulnerable, I believe that our council has made substantial progress in creating a more prosperous, connected and resilient Corangamite Shire. In my role as Mayor, I've made sure we work together as a team, not only within the council chambers, but across various levels of government. Building strong relationships with state and federal ministers is integral to securing support and resources for our Shire. And these partnerships will be invaluable in the year ahead. As you know, challenges we face aren't confined to our local borders, but maintaining these relationships, we place ourselves in a stronger position to advocate for and achieve positive outcomes that reflect the needs and aspirations of our community. In the year ahead, we have significant opportunities to build on this momentum we've created. We're entering a period where our decisions will be pivotal in shaping Corangamite Shire for future generations. Whether it's enhancing infrastructure, supporting our agricultural backbone, or further promoting tourism, I'm committed to steering our council with experience, stability, and vision needed to make an impactful, sustainable progress. My approach has always been grounded in accessibility, transparency, and accountability. I've made it my priority to be available to our community, listening to their concerns, ensuring that their voices are heard within these walls. This is a commitment I renew wholeheartedly today. So, to my fellow councillors, I humbly ask for your support to continue as Mayor for the coming year. Together, we have a potential to drive our shared vision forward with same unity, dedication and passion that has brought us to this far. Let us build on our achievements, tackle our challenges ahead and lead Corangamite into a future we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bacon. I will now call on you all to cast your votes. And firstly, I would like for councillors to indicate by showing a show of hands those of who support Councillor Canadian for the position of Mayor for the next 12 months. Councillor Beard, Councillor Constrain and Councillor Canadian. Thank you, councillors. Can I ask those through the showing of hands who wish to vote for Councillor Macon for the position of Mayor for the next 12 months? Councillor Cole, Councillor Hickey, Councillor Bogan, Councillor Macon. I hereby declare, having undertaken the vote for the position of Mayor, the successful candidate is Councillor Macon. Congratulations, Councillor Macon.
Thank you.
Councillor Macon, I invite you to assume the position of chair at the head of the meeting, and perhaps if you would like to say a few words following your successful election.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. CEO. I just want to say thank you for my fellow councillors for trusting me for another 12 months in this chair, in this role. As I said, we have got lots of work ahead of us, especially within the agriculture industry, local businesses and the tourism and the quality of residents of their life. I am honoured, I'm blessed and I'm thankful for everything I've got in front of me today. I know it's a big challenge. I've been here for 12 months, I understand that, and I look forward to rising to the challenge and doing the best for Corangamite Shire and representing it in the best way possible. So thank you. Moving on, we have to, moving on to the election of Deputy Mayor. So councillors, there's a recommendation before you to elect a Deputy Mayor if we so do wish. Do I have any...
Madam Mayor, would you want me to introduce the report?
Please.
Please. Yeah,
Sorry,
thank
it says
you.
my name.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Not wanting to preempt a recommendation, there is an opportunity for council under Local Government Act to establish the office of Deputy Mayor should it so choose to do so. And the role of the Deputy Mayor is to effectively perform the functions of Mayor where the Mayor is unable to do so through a period of absence or illness, as an example. The Deputy Mayor has no additional powers under the Act. The election of Deputy Mayor is not just, it's in a similar process or the same process for the election of the Mayor. And that is in accordance with Council governance rules and also in accordance with the Local Government Act. I won't again recite what is in the papers, but very, very clearly, if there's a nomination of a councillor, that councillor must be given the opportunity to accept the nomination. If a councillor nominates themselves, they must then have a seconder to that nomination. If there's more than one nomination, then there'll be councillors then be asked to vote through the showing of hands who they prefer to be the deputy mayor for the duration of the mayoral term. And so, to you, Madam Mayor, there is a recommendation for you to proceed with the election of a deputy mayor should council choose to do so.
Sure. So, councillors, there's a recommendation before you. Do you wish to proceed with the election of a deputy mayor? Councillor Vogels?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, and I'd like to nominate Councillor Hickey for that position of Deputy Mayor.
No worries. Councillor Hickey, do you accept that nomination?
Yes, I do.
Lovely. Councillor Constrain?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Kennedy, and I would like to foreshadow a motion that if we don't elect a deputy mayor at this point, that we resolve that we do not appoint a deputy mayor.
No worries. Councillor Constrain, we can do that for you. No problem at all. Councillor Kennedy, do you accept your nomination?
I do not accept the nomination. If the foreshadowed motion is put, it will explain some of my reasons, but I don't believe there is a necessity for a deputy mayor.
No worries. Okay, no problem. So we go through for the first recommendation first of electing a deputy mayor first. So we've had a nomination of Councillor Hickey, which has been accepted. So we'll go through that one first with a show of hands, and if this is passed or...
So, Madam, if I may clarify, if there's, we are, at this point in time, there's only one nomination that's been accepted for the position of mayor.
Correct.
And being no further nomination, then Councillor Hickey is declared as deputy mayor for the forthcoming period.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. So, Councillor Hickey, congratulations, you are deputy mayor for the next 12 months. Yes?
Yeah, Councillor Constrain had a foreshadow motion.
I did have a foreshadow motion, and that was if Councillor Hickey hadn't agreed to hear the foreshadowing motion.
Sorry, apologies. I'll go back. Councillor Hickey. So, sorry, I'm confused, but that's okay.
The governance rules are very clear in terms of the election of a deputy mayor. If there's one nomination received, then that nomination is deemed to be successful. I guess if we wanted to backtrack, there is, I guess, there is the opportunity for council to make a decision to establish the office of deputy mayor. I guess that's probably the initial decision that council may wish to undertake. Councillor Vogels has moved a motion to establish that office or to elect Councillor Hickey to the office. And Councillor Hickey has accepted that nomination.
Yep.
I guess at the present time, council needs to decide whether or not it wishes to establish that office. And so I think in the interest of governance, that would be the first decision of the council.
Sure, no worries. So I'll go to Councillor Constrain and get her to speak to her motion.
I'll just move my motion, Madam Mayor, and hope that there's a seconder.
Okay,
So I'm resolving, moving to not elect a deputy mayor.
no worries. Do I have a seconder for that motion, please? Councillor Beard?
I'll second it because I'd like to hear it. Thanks.
No worries. Go for it.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and this certainly doesn't reflect at all on Councillor Hickey's performance as deputy mayor in the last 12 months or Councillor Kennedy's performance in the years leading up to that. I think that we're under the new ward structure that we're finding ourselves under, I think, and we have the great opportunity of having all councillors re-elected. So we've got at least everyone's got 4 years under their belt. I think it would be a great opportunity for ward councillors to take on that role of deputy mayor in commas. I think that it's certainly a great chance. Councillor Hickey did mention when we were discussing this the other day about what he's got out of the role over the last 12 months. I think it would be good if we could share it around amongst ward councillors. This isn't untoward. There are other councils who don't have deputy mayors. I know that Glenelg, for instance, last year chose not to elect a deputy mayor when they've had one in the past. There is a small remuneration that goes with being deputy mayor of about $15,000. I think that money could be used in budgets for other projects and give all councillors an opportunity to stand in from the mayor when requested.
Thank you, Councillor Strang. Councillor Beard, did you want to?
Yeah,
Speak to the motion?
and thanks, Councillor Stoner. I took on board what was discussed the other day when we did, and again, no disrespect to the role of what Councillor Hickey has done over the last year, or even previous deputy mayors when we started this back in 2017. And it's only been the last 2 years that there's been a remuneration. I think that has skewed the line, so to speak. I think it makes it an unfair playing field between us as councillors, and I feel when you, Mr. CEO just even said in the report that it is purely only, the deputy mayor's role is purely only to step in, to chair meetings and act as the mayor as required. I feel that it's somewhat segregated. It can segregate the council because I feel like there's the two councillors that are acting and having meetings, particularly with you, Mr. A, which the other councillors aren't privy to because of that segregation of the deputy mayor and the mayor role. Again, no disrespect to the people in those positions, but I just feel it has taken away some of the, I guess, the culture and the, I don't know, what this council has stood for in the past. I feel like we're somewhat losing that because of, and it's through often no fault of our own. Like it's come under the act that the deputy mayor receives a remuneration, and I think, yeah, personally, having heard what we discussed the other day, it's made me think about that a bit more, and that I think there's no real need for that, knowing that we've got capable councillors that can all step up and lead at any point.
Is there any other discussion on the motion being put? Councillor Kennedy.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I believe that the role isn't essential to the effective function of council. As Councillor Australian and Councillor Beard have said, I think every councillor in this room has the capability of providing support to the mayor, and all very capable of doing that. I served in the role for 2 terms when Councillor Australian was mayor, and I have to say, I know the duties don't justify the extra remuneration. And that remuneration actually was introduced when I was in my first term as the deputy mayor. Look, it's nice to have the title, but I just don't think it justifies effective function within council. The other part of it is that, we've got an opportunity here to use that extra $15,000 for our community, for our ratepayers. I'm sure that there is something that we can do with that money that's much more effective. And I'm sure that in the absence of a deputy mayor, that the council will function brilliantly as it has done before. Thank you.
No worries, Councillor Kennedy. Is there any other discussion on the motion being put that we do not have a deputy mayor anymore? Councillor
Could I speak against the motion?
Yes, you can.
I think the role of deputy mayor is one that I certainly was very, very proud to undertake last year. I felt that we probably, with yourself as mayor last year, we were on a quite a steep learning curve, and I think it was certainly a privilege and an honour to take the reins wherever needed. It's probably the first time, we talk about wards, it's the first time that we've had just a central ward split. It's been single council wards in early other times, so they've all certainly, that's not a valid point, I don't think. I think we've already had that opportunity. And I think the remuneration of the deputy mayor is really not a significant factor when we look at the total wages bill of our Corangamite Shire. You're paid to be pretty much on call at any time, so that in the event of the mayor being unable to accept an invitation, it's very short notice that you are meant to be there. Also found that there were times when, and I've found it myself through my career, it's important to have a confidant or someone you can speak to directly and I think that we probably have that if we have a deputy as well. And I just wonder if we throw it out the door at this meeting, it may well be lost forever. So it would be my suggestion that we think very seriously about rejecting this motion and maintain the deputy mayor for the next 4 years.
Thank you, Councillor Hickey. Any other commentary on this motion that's being put before us? Councillor Cole.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm like Councillor Hickey, I tend to agree. All the committees and groups that I've been on, I've had a deputy to step forward and take the reins, so to speak, if something happens. And I think if I found myself being in a position of mayor all of a sudden, or having to speak as the mayor, the Democrats would definitely go to Canada. I think you need that learning, that education that comes with stepping up through the ranks in a lot of ways. It's very hard to, other shires had faced with a new fight, like last year down in Warrnambool, with all the councils knew they had to elect a mayor. It's a massive learning curve. I think it's a much easier way to work. We were very lucky. We had 2 other councillors that had already been on it, and Councillor Canadian had been on for short term, so they knew the ropes. So we relied on them a lot for guidance. We didn't have that. We could have been making some rather ordinary mistakes possibly, and I think it's just a great way of coming into that way of mayoral position. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Cole. Any other councillor?
Feel left out. Thank
Okay,
you.
no worries.
I didn't speak. I think it's a role. It is what you make of it, and what the mayor allows you to make of it. And backing the mayor up, I think, it's extremely important. It's not all about the wards. It's a lot of it's about advocacy to government at higher levels, and then titles mean a hell of a lot through that. Whether if you've got the deputy mayor turning up to a meeting rather than just a councillor if the mayor can't make it, and it's good to have somebody who's also further into the loop of the higher end or high level stuff of what we're advocating for to government, to be on the page, ready to hit the ground running, rather than me having to know everything about everything. Can concentrate more on what I need to know rather than the high end stuff of what we need to be pushing for a certain minister at a certain time. So I think it's a good role to have to back up the mayor. It's a good title to have to back up the title of mayor. And I think ward councillors do 90% of things in their wards anyway for everything, and it's a rarity that the mayor will be actually there to take over the lead of things. It's only certain times for that, but I think the bulk of it's to do with the advocacy at higher levels.
Thank you, Councillor Vogels. Councillor Constrain, would you like a right of reply?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will. And just saying that, for 23 years, Corangamite Shire didn't have a deputy mayor, and we managed to get on okay for those 23 years. I think, when Councillor Hickey talked about the importance of having a confidant, well, I would hope that the mayor would use the combined experience of this council if you needed to have, further information or you needed to share something. I think that's really important. And Councillor Vogels, you talk about backing up the mayor. I would hope every single councillor would be there to back up the mayor. And I don't think what we can't forget is just because you're deputy mayor doesn't mean that you're going to be the mayor next year. I think that by not having a deputy mayor, it exposes every councillor to those roles and gives every councillor an opportunity to put their hand up for mayor in the forthcoming years. So thank you, Madam Mayor.
All right, thank you, Councillor Constrain. Now that everything's been done, we'll take a vote on the motion that is being put. So all those in favour to not elect a deputy mayor, please show your hands. 3. Councillor Beard, Councillor Canadian, Councillor Constrain. All those against the motion? 4-3, so the motion has been denied. So now we will elect.
No, I think we need a subsequent decision of council before proceeding with this election of the deputy mayor. That is to establish the office of deputy mayor. So we need to put that recommendation to the council's mayor to establish that office. Again,
Sure.
it's more of a governance requirement than anything else. So
So I need to put a motion to the councillors for the election.
it's ask the council.
Sorry, through you, Madam Mayor.
Please.
Mr CEO, the recommendation is just a one line.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm now confused. Do you want a two-part recommendation?
Well, I
Is
think
that what
there
you're
was a
proposing?
subsequent motion that was defeated.
Well, that was the
to not
foreshadow.
establish, and now there needs to be a motion to establish, or decision on council to
Yeah,
establish the
so,
office.
so it reads, as I said, just one line, so we need
Yeah.
a two-part, I would
Yeah.
suspect.
So I'll be looking for a councillor, Madam Mayor, to move a motion to establish the office of deputy mayor.
Councillor Vogels.
Yes, I move a motion to establish an office of deputy mayor.
No worries, do I have a seconder? Councillor Cole. Thank you. All those in favour? All three, motion is carried. So now can I elect,
Then call for nomination. There's been a nomination for Councillor Hickey.
Correct.
There was a nomination to Councillor Canady, and Councillor Canady declined the nomination.
so
And
councillor Hickey is now
If there's
elected.
been no further nominations, then Councillor Hickey will be the deputy mayor for the next 12 months.
Right, so that's it. So councillor Hickey has been nominated, councillor Canady declined her nomination, so therefore we only have one nomination, which is councillor Hickey to the position of deputy mayor. So as mayor, I declare councillor Hickey as deputy mayor for the Corangamite Shire for 2024-2025. Congratulations, councillor Hickey. Councillor Hickey, would you like to say a few words?
Only that I do pledge to fulfil that role as best as I can, having the mayor's back wherever I possibly can, and look forward to working with the council as a group for the next 12 months.
Thank you, councillor Hickey. And on that note, congratulations, councillors, once again, for taking the oath and putting your hand up for the next 4 years. I look forward to working with you all. And thank you for all those attending in the gallery today and online. Thank you for your support. The loved ones, it's amazing how much time and effort you put up with us, with what we do and everything else like that. So thank you for all that you do for us. So thank you once again. Have a nice night, and we'll see you next time you tune in. Thank you very much.